In case you're not part of the 12 million people and counting who've watched the YouTube video of an engineer make a real-life Thor's hammer, which only he can pick up, then check this out.
Yeah. Worthy. Go on, lift the cover, dude! I thought you could lift the cover!
Please welcome the maker of Thor's hammer, Alan Pan.
Thank you so much
for being here. So, my friend, you, in the past 2 weeks, have literally done what many try and may not do in their life. You went absolutely viral on YouTube. We're up to 12 million views. What does it feel like?
It's really surreal. It's kind of insane where, like, I wake up one day and I open up Facebook and I'm trending on Facebook, which is just, you know, you don't ever imagine that happening to you. So it's been really fantastic.
How quickly did it go from the moment you uploaded? Was there a delay, or was it pretty much you got reposted and?
So, like, I posted on October 11th, so like a Sunday night, and at that point I had maybe like 40 subscribers, had like 2,000 views. I had this sort of YouTube channel that I was doing for fun on the side, and I think sometime around Monday, like in the middle of the night, I noticed, I was like, huh, I got 1,000 views from somewhere. So my guess is some blog must have posted it in like the UK or somewhere that the time zone was all weird.
Yeah.
And then after that, Tuesday and Wednesday, it just absolutely exploded from there. And each time I was like, okay, I think the video peaked now. Like I got like 800,000 views. Like, that's awesome. I think it's done. And then it would just go right back up again the next day. So it was, it was really surprising.
It's incredible. So let's talk about your background. Where did you come from? You're an engineer yourself. What did you study?
So I got a bachelor's in electrical engineering, graduated in 2012 from USC. And right out of college, I had a job with SAIC, this small defense company. And it was the stupidest thing. I just figured out I really didn't like being in a cubicle, right? Like, looking back, and I'm like, that was totally worth the money. But so after like four months of being like a really well-paid engineer, I quit. And then I, went and did all the typical like post-college things. I like hitchhiked across America, and I was even homeless for a little bit. And so I mean, then I
homeless
finally.
in LA, or where were you homeless?
Yeah, in Los Angeles. I mean, I was really lucky. I had a lot of friends and stuff with couches that I could crash on, and I had access to. Actually, I don't even know if I should be saying this. LA Biohackers is this great biohacking space in LA. They're in the industrial district, and I kind of abused my membership because I used my access to sneak onto the roof, and I slept on the rooftop a couple of times.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was really cool,
Dude,
actually.
This is
but,
incredible.
Like, I don't want to get them in trouble.
No, you won't. We've got a member. I'm a member of Crash Space in LA.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We've got Matt Pinner here. Matt, we need to add this to our list of things to do. Sleep on the roof of Crash Space at one stage.
So after a while, I did need money again, so I decided to become a freelance electrical engineer. So I got some, varied gigs. They were pretty cool. I got to like work on making an escape room. Got to work on just.
Well, hang on, an escape room. What do you mean?
Like, you haven't heard of escape rooms?
Those like a panic room?
Well, an escape room, they're this new thing that's been really picking up in a lot of cities across America, where essentially you pay tickets with a group of people, and you get locked in a room for about an hour, and you have to solve a bunch of puzzles to make your way out.
Oh, was this with 2-Bit Circus?
No, it was actually, it was this group that, I don't know if they actually made it or not, but there are a variety of different groups that do escape rooms, and they're all, it's kind of almost like a theme park attraction, right? So they make money by people wanting to pretend they're in some situation. Like the scenario I worked on was you're like a part of a group of DEA agents, and you have to dispose of a bomb before the hour's up. So they always get you in some scenario that you have to make it out of the room in an hour. And so the idea was I was going to make essentially a giant robot. The room would take care of itself, and that way you could have 4 of them running at the same time without hired staff.
Dude, this is incredible. This sounds awesome.
Well, so sometime in between all of that, I saw that trailer about a year ago for the second Avengers movie, and it was that great scene where all the superheroes are hanging out together, and Tony Stark is just kind of like, oh, let me guess, it's whosoever has Thor's fingerprints, right? That's the literal translation. So I thought that was great that him being, the tech engineer genius of the group, he tried to come up with like a technological solution to how Thor's hammer works, this totally magical thing. So I thought, I think it'd be really cool to try and make like Tony Stark's version of Mjolnir. You know, how would he make this hammer work sort of like how the magical version works?
And you went through, so just from that clip, that was the inspiration to the build.
Yeah, so about 3 months, you know, not full-time, on and off, between February and May, I put the hammer together, and it was a little buggy then. I took it to Maker Faire, actually, Bay Area Maker Faire 2015. I played with it a little bit. It didn't work so well, so I kind of put it on the shelf. And then later, when I was self-employed, which is like a really fancy way of saying unemployed, I thought it would be a really good idea to try and just like I'd always want to make a YouTube channel where I made things that were from science fiction and fantasy, from movies and TV. There's so much sci-fi now in our pop culture, and I think it's great. And I want to see if I could sort of recreate some of those things in real life. So the name of my YouTube channel is Sufficiently Advanced, based off the Arthur C. Clarke quote, if you're familiar with it. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So it's the idea that you can use technology to make these magical things that if you take them out in the public, just astonish people because they don't think that it's real or that it couldn't be possible.
How many videos have you got on that channel?
So far, 3.
And one of them's gone 12 million views. That's a pretty good ratio, man. I would long to see where you're at by 30. So let's have a look at this hammer. We've got it in the studio. Do you want to go over and let's have a look at this? So am I right that I'll stand here and I can try and lift it up?
Exactly. Try and pick up the hammer.
Surely
platform's got some metal in there.
It's not that heavy. How? No matter what. I'll double fist it. I can't do it. But I presume.
Well, so if I'm worthy, that's how the hammer works. If I'm worthy, I'll be able to pick it up. So I just have to put a little bit of elbow grease in here. Oh, there it comes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, let's take a seat. Let's get into the details of what's actually inside here. I saw on the video we're running an Arduino. We've got
Pro Mini. You want me to just pop off the hood here?
Yeah.
Let's open this thing up.
Let's do a breakdown.
Okay, so this casing here is just a plastic shell from a Halloween costume version of Mjolnir. It was totally hollow, so it was perfect to just open it up and then get all these guts inside. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this off. And it looks a lot like a bomb, is what a lot of people pointed out on the YouTube page, and it's true. So I've turned it off right now. I think most important part is the bottom there you see is an electromagnet that I made out of a microwave oven transformer, which if you're a maker, you know they're ubiquitous. They're cheap transformers that you can do pretty much anything with. So if you just saw off the bottom to make it into this nice E shape, makes for a great electromagnet.
This is absolutely fantastic. So fundamentally, batteries with a massive magnet from a microwave, capacitive touch sensor handle with a fingerprint scanner.
Exactly.
You're an absolute legend. That is one of the coolest things I've seen built, and it absolutely warrants the 12 million views that you've received. It's a great combination of things that independently exist, but you've combined them together and you've captured the imagination of the world.
Thank you. Yeah, I really hope that it's something that inspires people to try and make their own things. I mean, the response has been really positive, especially from people who say that they want to try and make their own now. There are all kinds of suggestions for people. I didn't actually intend for this to become sort of a prank video. I was going more off of that line that Tony Stark had, so that's why it's got the fingerprint scanner. And you notice it does take a second for it to kind of read the prints, and so it takes a second for me to be worthy and pick it up. So people had all kinds of great suggestions, though, right? So they were saying like getting an RFID reader and having something like a bracelet, or like even a remote control or a secret button, so that it's sort of instantaneous. You could just come and just pick up the hammer right away, whereas other people wouldn't be able to. So I think it's really awesome that that video was able to inspire that kind of creativity. So I really hope some people take those suggestions that they were able to write down in the comments and try and make it on their own, make their own hammers.
I really love everything you're saying. Let's give him a round of applause. Alan, honestly, I wish you all the best. I want to say thank you so much for bringing this in and showing us. I hope everybody out there subscribes to your YouTube channel. We're going to throw a link in the description.
awesome.
Please come back anytime.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Pan. Thank you.
But I also love filmmaking, and that was kind of my dream, was to make films about science.
And where are you?
Hello, Gray. I'm in the future, the year 2035.
Oh my goodness, wow. Are they some kind of like future X-ray glasses or something?
Sorry, no, it's a fancy dress party. Sorry, I left those on.